You've been to a lot of CERAWeeks in the past, and now this is your last year as CEO of the company. I want to know what you think has changed the most.
At CERAWeek?
And just in
In
general.
there's a lot more people taking an interest in energy and particularly in electricity. CERAWeek really, when it started, was primarily oil and gas, and then there was a electricity Thursday, and now we get to share top billing with the oil and gas folks. And I think it's really the nature of what's happening in the industry today, particularly this new demand super cycle that we're in the early innings of. So I think a lot of people here are trying to figure out what that means and what we do about it. And that's why you're seeing so many electricity people coming by. Somebody said there were fewer cowboy hats. That's probably true too.
I've only seen 2 this week, I think.
Yeah, people are trying to give the appearance of being serious given everything going on in the world. But some of the night events have a few more.
NRG agreed to buy a fleet of natural gas plants from LS Power last year. Curious your plans for further portfolio expansion.
Look, I think we look at everything. We have a very disciplined capital allocation and hurdle rate analysis that we do on everything. Anything that meets our strategic goal and is available in competitive markets, we'll take a really hard look at and be players. But we are not going to chase capacity just for the sake of adding capacity. We have plenty.
In this time of surging electric demand, how do you evaluate the existing power plants versus building new ones?
Well, I think building new ones, has to be integral to a future of adequate supply for data centers and affordability. You simply cannot take power off the grid and give it to a data center. If you think about the supply and demand dynamics, that's only going to drive price one way for the average consumer, be that a household or a business. So what we have done is we've gone out and we have turbine slots for 5.4 gigawatts of turbines from GEV, as well as an agreement with Kiewit for construction, because labor is the other difficult thing in building new capacity. And if the hyperscalers want that kind of power in size, and BYOP is the best way to do it, we're the people they need to come to because we're prepared for that.
You just talked a little bit about data centers. When do you expect to announce your next deal?
Sometime this year, hopefully sooner.
Hopefully sooner. Okay, that's good to know. Last year, NRG received a $206 million loan from the Texas Energy Fund. That's a new power plant in Houston. We're sitting here in Houston now. Yeah. Can you update us on that project?
Yeah, our first, we actually are building 3 power plants in this area. The first one will be online this summer. The other 2 will be online in 2028. They're both on time and on budget, and we're very much looking forward to a plant inauguration.
We're talking about energy. However, you're also a founding member in the Texas Stock Exchange. Can you talk a little bit about the financial climate here and how it's changed? Founding member.
Look, the Texas miracle, and I'm a fairly recent coming to Texas. I moved here about 3 years ago. You can get things done in Texas. You can build things. You can grow great businesses. And so the Texas Stock Exchange is really a way of recognizing that Texas has a special place in the pantheon of American states. It's a great place to invest capital. And obviously, we're building at least 1.5 gigawatts and probably a lot more power plants here. So we're big Texas believers.
Appreciate your time.